guys, so I just finished reading She Is Not Invisible by Marcus Sedgwick and it was incredible. So as I mentioned in my last video, Marcus Sedgwick is one of my favourite authors and this book definitely lived up to his usual standards. The book is a contemporary thriller about a blind girl called Laura. Her dad's an author and they think he's in Europe doing research for a book, but then she gets an email saying that someone's found his notebook in New York. And so Laura takes her little brother to New York and it's them finding their way around the city and trying to solve this mystery of where their dad actually is. So the reasons why I love Marcus Sedgwick books are firstly because the chapters are really short. This might seem like an odd thing to say, but one of my biggest pet peeves in books is when the chapters drag. I often read before going to bed and if I start to get tired halfway through a chapter, I'll stop. And that makes me feel bad because I feel like end of chapters, that's where you're meant to stop reading for the night. But if a chapter's been going on too long, I will stop in the middle, and authors that drag their chapters out, no. And all of Marcus Sedgwick's books have lovely short chapters, and short chapters mean I can read loads of chapters in one night and race through the books and enjoy them more. Marcus Sedgwick books also always have really great storylines. You can always tell that they've been planned so thoroughly and so well, and because of this they always make you think when you're reading and I love that. They are also always a little bit creepy and they put you on edge when you're reading, and I've learned to really love the sensation of not quite scared, well, I always get terrified reading his books and I've learned to love that, and that's odd, but I love scaring myself while reading his books. And She Is Not Invisible does all of those things in a way that's completely different to his usual books. For example, one of the biggest differences is his usual books always have very gothic-y settings, and this one's set in modern day New York, so it brings all the creepiness a lot closer to home and makes it feel a lot more real, and it's odd, but it was incredible. Still odd, but still amazing. As I mentioned earlier, the main character Laura is blind, but she's not like put in there just to be blind like I feel some books and TV shows do. They put in a character with a disability just so they can look diverse. In She Is Not Invisible, Laura being blind is a really big thing with the plot, because it means that some things are a lot more difficult for her to do, so she has to find different ways to solve problems, and she faces everyday problems that blind people face, and the recognition that Marcus Sedgwick gives the blind people in this book is incredible, and I love why he did it and how, and that was amazing. When you get to the end of the book, Laura says something about there being a secret message in the book, and you race back through the beginnings of all the chapters and you put together a sentence, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I love doing that at the end of the book, and that was really nice because it's kind of like, oh, the book's come to an end and I feel a little bit sad, but it's like, no, it's not, there's still one more sentence to go, and that was really great. And that's another reason to show how well planned his books are, because he did that. He put in that secret message and that was amazing. Whether you've read Marcus Sedgwick books before or whether this is the first time you've heard of the author, I definitely recommend reading this book because it was such a good read, and I don't think it doesn't really matter what genre you usually read, because I feel like it had little bits of every genre in, and it was just one of the best reads I've read recently, and so I definitely recommend it. Next I am reading Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, which is the 4th book in the Percy Jackson series, so I probably won't do a review on it, but there are only 5 books in the series, so when I read the 5th book I might do a series overall review. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, give me a comment down below if you've read the book and what you thought. Share this video with your friends so everyone can see this. My social network links will be in the description as always, so go ahead and check those out. And most importantly, if you want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe. Bye!